Okay, here I go again. I know I said I was not going to buy any more vehicles off Marketplace or Kijiji sight unseen, but I did. So I ended up actually looking at this vehicle online on Marketplace. Wasn't shopping at all, and I came across this truck. And this truck was $8,500. It comes out of Montana. Going to require an out of province inspection. I thought, well, you know, it's kind of neat. It's got AC. It's got those cool windows on the side. I really like those. It kind of resonated with me. I thought maybe I could get this for a better deal. I got hold of the guy, rock solid firm, not willing to budge an inch. That's okay. I thought it was a little overpriced anyway, so I started looking around. Turned out it wasn't overpriced. In fact, these Blazers and Jimmys, these Squarebody style, are just going crazy for prices. And I couldn't find anything in my province that was a good deal, that wasn't rotted right out to the ground. But a 7-hour drive away from me, I did find something, and that's this. Now, this thing, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's almost half the price. And Buddy's willing to deliver it. Now, sometimes that can be a bit of a red flag because, once he delivers it, you're kind of stuck. I guess it depends on who you are. I feel kind of compelled to buy it once it shows up. And, guy drives 7 hours with something. Anyway. These are the pictures I found. Looked okay. And anyway, I sent him a deposit. And I'm just sitting here waiting for him to show up. And if he doesn't get here soon, I'm going to make my way down to the corner and wait for him there. Hang tight. Let's see what happens. That sure looks like a Blazer on the back. Actually, it's not a Blazer, it's a Jimmy. Oh, beauty. Yep, that's him. That's awesome. That is him. That's great. That looks pretty good. Looks really good. Okay. Oh, there she is. Okay, cool. Okay, we got her unloaded. Let's take a look at it. First of all, these are the original seats. So they have kind of a different base on them. So you can see the passenger seat. Passenger seat actually slings forward and up so that passengers can get in the back. And the driver's seat does not. This is the bench for the back. She's pretty rough. Not gonna lie. I could use a new seat cover or something. I'm not too sure what'll happen there. And some ashtrays, I guess. I don't know. It did come with this back seat as well. Now, this back seat's in better shape. It's gonna be more pleasurable to sit on, I suppose. The problem is it doesn't mount the same. So you can see there's a latch on the back there, and these ones come straight down. Listen, I don't know, maybe you do, about how this stuff goes on. This doesn't do the fold and tumble thing. So that would be 2 bolts back there. This would be 2 bolts up here. Basically, I would need to go and find a Blazer that does have fold and tumble, because there's nothing for that to latch to. That wouldn't be great to put the kids in, would it? Not really. All right, we're getting sidetracked before we even get started. Let's take a good look at this thing. All right. We'll start on the sunny side of the street. You know what? Let me back up a little bit, because at 20 feet this thing actually looks pretty good. The closer you get though, sure, let's start with the bumper. Nice low in the front. There's a chunk of rubber there. It's kind of a weird place to be missing rubber. This is a GMC, but we got a Chevy grill kind of put on there. This hood has had it, so we got rust through on it. Forget the clear coat issue up here. We're rusting through. We should probably replace that. This fender doesn't seem too bad at first glance. Seems okay. Got some runs in the paint there, but paint is the least of our issues. Missing a mirror. That's okay. We can get mirrors. Not too sure what's going on with this alignment, because we're out about a ½ inch on this door bottom to the fender. I don't know if the fender needs to come out this way or if the door needs to go in. We go along here, we start to see some more sins. So we get some rust in the rockers. Not overly bad. We got some Bondo up here. Doesn't seem to be right through. And it's not. It's actually pretty good back here. There's a little bit of structural stuff going on there. But overall, that ain't too bad. Up top here, he told me this is the good top. You see all the fiberglass strands are showing here. I don't know if that's typical or not. This is the finish you want, and this is the finish I got pretty much everywhere. We are cracked out in a bunch of spots too. I think there's 4 spots cracked out. Not broken, but cracked. So I don't know. Take them as you can get them. Missing a rubber strip here, and again you can see her sins peeking through here. Some Bondo here, some Bondo here. I guess that's pretty much par for the course when you start talking, you know, it's a 45-year-old truck, right? The thing is with these 4x4s, you know, unlike a Camaro or, you know, a Cuda or something that may not have been driven all winter in Canada, because let's face it, those aren't great vehicles for winter. This is. So that's an issue, right? I went down this morning to the wreckers actually and got this so I could open the window, so I didn't have it. Got in there. Let's take a look in here. Let's start here though. So apparently if your Blazer tailgate breaks, you just put a little bit of glue on there. Both sides. You can see it there and there. And I don't know what's under here, but this thing don't feel very good. You can see the Bondo is cracked here, and when I pull this down, we see some sins in here. We see some spray foam. Who's doing this? Listen, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are. Stop it, please. You're not making life better for us. You're making life more difficult. So, I mean, overall, these Blazers can get really bad back here. So I don't know if it's that bad, to be honest with you. We are going to do some welding and some replacing some stuff in here. I don't know if to make a patch panel for this. I don't know. We might just go to the wreckers and pull off a chunk of floor out of the back of a pickup truck, scabber in. We'll see. I don't know. So there's that. Some water damage up here. Obviously, water's got in. Looks okay back there, though. What about back here? Can we see back there? That's okay. That's not too terrible. These panels definitely need to go though. More ashtrays. How many ashtrays do you need? You see 2 people in the back, but there's 4 ashtrays. Just can't be too careful with a lit cigarette. Let me close this up. Oh, that's nice. This side, let's take a look. So we got more of this. See the fibers up there? The fiberglass top. I don't know if that's a normal thing for you guys. Blazer guys, Jimmy guys, you guys can chime in anytime. No? Okay. Over here we see some more sins. So it's obviously got some Bondo over some rust here. This is on the roof. Doesn't seem to be too bad, but you know, we'll get in there and we'll clean that up. It's not a big deal. Down here, she's gone through.
So they do make a patch panel for this. And we'll get that on there. I think I don't know how far it comes up. Hopefully it comes up to here, because I'd sure like to hide it behind here if I could. But yeah, we'll get into all this stuff and dig her out and replace that with good metal. Proper patch panel. Back here seems okay. All this stuff, that's metal. My guess is they did quarters on here. I don't know, but that's my guess, is that they did quarters on here. I want you to look at this with me. Look at that gap at the bottom of that door. See that? And then you follow it up and she tightens up at the top. I think what's going on is I think that door needs to shift up like this. Because you can see it sitting forward of the rocker there as well, right? So that door needs to kind of come up like so. Then that fender will, same thing, will have to be picked up at the top and brought in at the bottom. I don't know what's going on here. So this is where the mirror was, obviously. And you can see where somebody's welded in some patches. It's kind of weird. Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't get it. But there they are. It's done. So they cut them out, welded them in, and just kind of stopped. I don't know why he stopped. I'll just put some paint on that. Yeah, Bondo everywhere else, but not Bondo that up. Looks like the door and the fender were making contact at some point. Maybe this door had collapsed. I don't know. Front fender looks okay. Not sure what's going on there. It's kind of weird, eh? I don't think it's normal, is it? I don't think so. No. All right, so let's take a look under the hood here. Okay, so under the hood we got a 350. We got headers. We got power steering. It all looks nice and dry, actually. It looks pretty good in that sense. Now up here, it said his mechanic had pulled the line out and put a nail in it and put it back together because the front calipers were seizing up when you hit the brakes. It's slow to release or something. Well, whatever. Well, it's not a big deal. Brake parts aren't expensive, and that's in our wheelhouse, so no sense getting too upset about that stuff. We got this strange custom air cleaner. We'll be getting rid of that. Some of the wiring is, somebody put in that's out of an OBS style truck, but they didn't wire it up. They just grounded it. Okay. So we got some more ground issues down here. Stuff just not wired up for whatever reason. We got an old bungee cord here. Looks like they've replaced the bungee cord with that guy there. A couple of black battery cables, painted one end red. Thank you for that. And lost the sheathing, so they just, a little electrical tape. That's all you need, I guess. Right? Coolant. She's holding coolant, so that's good. She's been parked here for a couple hours now and no leaks, so I like that. I don't know what else to tell you. He said his mechanic was going to change out the plugs, but he only had 2, so he didn't. So, alright, needs a set of plugs. I don't know if you noticed or not, but it has no inner fenders. That is strange to me. Like, where are your inner fenders? You wouldn't drive around like this. Not on 235 75 15s. Doesn't make any sense. At any rate, I think that's about covered from under here. It says that carburetor's rebuilt. They don't run great though. We'll see after we throw some plugs in it, I suppose. Windshield's good. That's kind of a bonus. This is not put on properly. You see shouldn't be able to see through there, should you? That's different. Inside, more sin. So driver's seat and passenger seat each have one bolt in them. It's great for pivoting. That's about where the good news ends there. The dash, it's funny, in the picture it looked good. I don't know if it looks good on screen or not, but she used dry ass, chalky, not looking so great, to be honest with you. The interior looks a little bit hatched together, to be honest. We have, this is all white. This is chalked out tan. The bottom is copper. The carpet comes out of somebody's house. This console was tan. Somebody painted it black. The door panel, we got a black door panel over there. I think this is a black door panel. It might have been tan underneath though. So missing a bezel there, not a big deal. We're down to only 3 ashtrays in here right now. Should get us through. Nobody smokes. So we should be good there. And that's about it. You guys want to see underneath? Why not, eh? I'll tell you what, let me grab a blanket. I'll throw a blanket down and I'll call it. So, don't know what this is all about. This is a brake cable to the back. For some reason it's kind of wired up here. It seems pretty secure. I don't know why that's there. I look down here and I look at this cab mount, and I don't know where the rubber is gone from this side, but it's gone. This is cab support here. He had told me about these and sent me pictures of it actually. And then here's the floor. So looks like this is the original inner rocker. Maybe not. No, you can see a spot weld there. That's not original. So somebody's done the inner rockers once, and I can see a rivet here. So that'll need to be repaired. It's not the end of the world, but I can see some welds here too. So this has been repaired. So this is an aftermarket rocker, and somebody came along and put this one over top of it as well. See that? It's kind of strange. So we got a little bit of a rot here and there. Overall though, I gotta say it's actually not bad. You know, a 45-year-old truck, you do have to expect some of this. And these mounts aren't not a lot of money. They're not difficult to do either. Same as these guys. It's not difficult. The biggest thing that's going to suck here is this bolt's likely going to break. So I'll have to deal with the broken bolt. But if it somehow comes out, it'll be fine. We'll see how she plays out. The exhaust seems new, but cheap. So it's just some bottles thrown on there. Not really what I want. I have to pass an out-of-province inspection, which can be quite difficult.
Unless, of course, you do them and you want to do it for me.
But yeah, you got a little bit of leaks here and there. Anyway, I'm back underneath here. Front brake calipers we're gonna have to replace. Front brake hoses gonna have to replace. Not a big deal. I don't know where our inspection plate is for a torque converter there. And ring gear. Looks like we're losing a little bit of transmission fluid here, and boy, does that ever look fresh too. Very fresh. Why is it so fresh? It's fairly dry. You know what I mean? Yeah, a little bit of seepage here, but nothing major. Transmission, probably rear seal. Back there you can see that The wheel cylinder connection was leaking. He told me his mechanic put in new wheel cylinders and new rear brake lines, but that one's just puking brake fluid everywhere. So I went back there and it was loose. Up. I drove through the fence and my hot change seemed to do it. At any rate, okay. Helps keep the rust down. All right. That looks like it's been oiled. Wonder if she was squeaky on him. All right, let's go back up. I don't think there's too much more to see down here. Oh. That should be attached. Now we can take care of that. It's not a big deal. A little bit of sheet metal, right? Geez, what's going on here? Okay. All right, getting weird, but hey. Okay, so at the end of the day, what's the plan for this thing? Well, let's go through it. You know, we got some rust repair I want to do down here. Nothing major. I want to swap out this top with this other top. I don't know if I mentioned this top. This top is actually what got me interested in the first Jimmy I seen online, as it has. Now I know anyone who's into these things probably say, yeah, it's not an uncommon top at all. But for me, I'm not familiar with them. So I'm also not a Blazer Jimmy guy. So it's got this window, which you know, pivots, right? So you can, I imagine it's a direct airflow in. Maybe you knock the back window down, you get airflow. I don't know. I like it though. And then this is of course a slider. You have the slide here. Whereas, you know, the Joe Blow one just almost looks like a canopy back there. And this top actually has no fiberglass showing. You see that? It's actually in really good shape. Actually drove a couple hours yesterday to buy this before I owned that. So I actually owned a top before I had struck a deal on the Jimmy. I don't know. Don't ask, because I don't know what to tell you. What are we gonna do with this hood? Well, it's kind of, you can see the crown on it here. You know how these hoods bend. It's rusted through on the front. I think we'll just replace it. So top is gonna go. We'll put that one on. We'll kind of fix up a little bit of this bodywork, that ding there. We'll replace some of this rubber down here. I want to put some bigger tires on here. 235, 75, 15, whatever. Want to replace the bumper back here. Nice chrome bumper. Clean that up real good. I want to see if we can repair this tailgate. I don't know that we can, because this thing feels pretty chewy going up and down. She's kind of mangled, to be honest. We got some repairs up here to do. I don't want to get into too much stuff like this. I don't want to do a complete repaint on this. We're gonna fix this. That's no good. We're gonna get this door sorted out. Like, I can put my fingers inside that gap, and then up top here, you know what, it's nice and tight. So I threw a little primer on this earlier. Call that done. Down here we got, like I was saying before, it looks like that door can come back a bit, and this fender can come back a bit. This needs to, anyway. We'll get some inner fenders in here, because that's just kind of weird. We'll get the brakes done, We'll go through that front end, make it safe, make it pass out of province inspection, go through the lights, all that kind of stuff. This thing does need to wait its turn though, because this guy's not done yet. This guy still needs rockers and cab supports and floors and brakes, all that good stuff. And once you get that done, before we move on to the Jimmy Blazer thing, but the Jimmy Blazer thing is not that far away. This I should have done in the next 6, 8 on the outside, 10 weeks. Next set of days off, we'll tackle those floors. They suck. It's a lot of work, but it's it helps in getting rid of it, and it's good content. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one. This is done. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you'll stick around. If you haven't yet, why don't you consider subscribing? See if we can get that thing done together. We got a bunch of work to do on the interior too. Well, whatever, we'll get there. One thing at a time. Thanks a lot for hanging out. We'll catch you guys on the next one.